WWE 2K24, man, it's been a minute since I've talked about this game, but we have a lot of characters on there that are most likely or don't even have a chance at making WWE 2K25 if we're being completely honest. And a lot of these characters are meaningful to the game, and it is a little bit, sad that they're not going to be in the game and that they're not in the company. A lot of people's favorite wrestlers jump ship, and that's totally fine, you know what I'm saying? But it is a little bit sad that we are going to lose these wrestlers in WWE games. And let's go ahead and get into it, man. 2K25 is coming out in about 5-6 months, and we got to talk about it. We got a lot of stuff going on, but the roster, everything keeps changing from WWE to AEW, vice versa. It is a hell of a roster that they have over right now at WWE. Same thing with AEW. If only they had a video game. But I can't help but think, who are we going to be missing next year in WWE 2K25? Let's go on ahead and get started, y'all. Bobby Lashley, that is my absolute number one. And that is sad because he is a hell of a star. He did so much in WWE, and that stinked that he was there. But now we're going to go on ahead and talk about it, man. He's probably going to AEW. We already seen somebody else show up over there that we will be talking about later in this video. So Bobby Lashley, man, he's not going to be in 2K25. I could put all my eggs in that basket. It's just not going to happen. MVP will not be in WWE 2K25, and that's just what it is. MVP, another one. Really good manager, you know what I'm saying? He just showed up over in AEW, so that is a big one for AEW, especially if Bobby Lashley comes in with MVP at some point. There's a lot to, wait and see unravel over there. I am excited to see it, but MVP, he will not be in WWE 2K24, especially with how he's kind of like, I don't want to use the word trashed, but the way he's spoken about the company and the creative direction with them and his group back, a couple years ago. I don't think he has a chance at getting in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a Legends contract down the line. Sure. WWE seems to do that. You know what I'm saying? When the opportunity comes up. But right now, man, MVP is over. Ricochet. That brother just left WWE about 2 months ago. He's in AEW doing his thing. That is another guy who will not be in WWE 2K25. This one does make me a little bit sad because his moveset is actually insane. Now, in WWE 2K, they do usually keep, the assets and the things like that in the game. We just won't be seeing the name or the render or obviously the model. We just won't get the wrestler, but we usually get to keep the moves and everything like that. So I am looking forward to it. We'll probably get to keep the entrance as well. But yeah, man, Ricochet, that is a sad one. I do like Ricochet, especially like when you see him in the game, all the moves that he does. I just thought that he was a cool wrestler to have in the game. He's basically a video game wrestler in real life. Him and Will Ospreay are very similar. Will Ospreay does do a lot more crazy stuff. I guess it just has to do with the young point in Will Ospreay's career still. Ricochet is getting a little bit older, so his moveset is not the same. But hey, man, I am looking forward to seeing Ricochet, do more in AEW. Unfortunately, he will not be in 2K25, and I just got to put all my eggs in that basket as well. And man, this guy, they did a lot for. They did a lot for this guy, especially with patches and things like that. And he was released, I don't even think, a week later. And we're talking about Daack. Daack is, man, that was disappointing because I thought that he had a very, very just big future with, WWE. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out. He got released. He was putting on some of the best matches in NXT. Then he got brought up and they kicked him out. He bounced. So that's one that I am very disappointed about, him not being in 25. I really like his, his moveset, everything like that. His entrance was updated. I mean, bro, there was so much going on for Daack in this game and, in WWE in real life. But unfortunately, man, we're not going to have him. I am looking forward to seeing again what's in his future. I know that he's doing a lot of indie stuff, but I am sad about that one. So Daack, I hope we get you back at some point, my boy, because WWE does go back and rehire people, but this is one of the people that we are going to be missing. And another person, Drew Gulak. Some report came out a couple months ago. Ronda Rousey accused him of like pulling her string or something like. I'm really not sure. I don't want to talk out of context. Allegedly, of course. And his release didn't come far after that. He was a guy that actually even did some of the tutorial stuff for 2K, so he was an essential part of the game, and this is going to be the year that we're missing him. He did get released. I don't think we're getting him in 2K25, man. I think that he got released very early on in the year where they were able to make that cut, get him out of there. But again, he was a guy who did some voice acting and stuff like that. So I'm not the biggest Drew Gulak fan. I never really cared for his character, but 2K definitely used him for a lot of things. So I don't know how they'll, replace him or whatever the case is. I know Xavier Woods was that guy this year. It'll probably just stay Xavier Woods, as he's the guy that runs up, up, down, down. But yeah, Drew Gulak gone. Never really cared for him. Don't know if you guys do. I know that he was in a little group in NXT, but that's just what it is for me. And we are going to be missing the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, the former WWE champion. He is going to be gone and out of here. He got released. Unfortunately, man, he had an iconic little run there where he was in a scene with The Rock. Then he faced Seth Rollins. I mean, people were like going crazy about that. Tony Khan was beefing with him. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. Jinder Mahal, we definitely are going to miss you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to miss putting you in some jobber matches because I've really never used you like that. But when we talk about a star, man, Jinder Mahal, he had it all. He had it all. I really like Jinder, man. It's just, you know what it is? He got released, man. It just is what it is when it comes to that. Hoping my boy gets a Legends contract, when it's all said and done and we get him back in the game. But for the foreseeable future, I do not think he will be making 2K25. And Cameron Grimes, this one was a big one. Cameron Grimes was somebody who went out on social media after his release and was very, very sad, visibly, publicly. Everybody knew what was going on. I do hope that WWE hires him again because he was an amazing talent. But this is another guy who had a great video game moveset. Is not going to be in 2K25. That's just is what it is. He got released very early in the year as well. A lot of these people, man, they just don't get in the game. We've seen 2K do it. Like back in the past, some releases made it in a game. Like Braun Strowman, when he was released, he made it into the game. But it just doesn't really happen that much. At this point, they're able to get him out the game, pull them. I mean, we seen Brock get pulled about a month before. He was on the cover and everything, and they pulled him from everything. So not to bring up that subject again, but when people get released and WWE really doesn't want them in the game, they make everything happen to not have them in the game. So that's just what it is with that. So unfortunately, Cameron will not be in 2K25. In my opinion, I'd be very surprised if any of these wrestlers that I am naming make it into the game because they've been released already a little bit ago. And lastly, y'all, this is one that I don't know if it's going to happen or not. She has not signed a WWE contract yet. Her contract expired, and her name is Becky Lynch. This is one that I'd be very surprised if she doesn't make it into 2K25. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it past them because there's not a contract signed yet. They probably can't use her license or anything like that. Will she be back before? We don't know. Becky Lynch is somebody that has been in the games forever. You know what I'm saying? Since she's been with the WWE. So it would be sad not to see her in there. But I just got to keep it a buck with y'all, man. I think this is one that we really, really got to look out for because this one might not be a joke. I don't know if Becky Lynch is going to be in there. It's not a for sure thing anymore as she's not technically with the WWE at this point. So we have to see what happens. Her contract expired, I believe, back in June. Or it might have been July. It might have been even before that in May. I just know that it expired about a couple months ago at this point, and we have not seen any trace of her since. So I don't know, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want another one of these videos. Maybe we can do the opposite on who's going to be in 2K25. But yeah, man, let me know down below. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.